Hi everyone, it's me, Spring, the fiber enthusiast, and welcome to the channel. Today's going to be a continuation tutorial from the previous crocheted mitered square, and this mitered square is a continuing one. So if you worked up the other parts that show you the first one and how to continue on, that is where we're at now. We are going to fill in this square here. So we did one, and when you close off the first one, you chain and do the second one type situation. Well, actually, let me turn it the proper way here. So we worked one, we did our last decrease here, we chained, then we came back and we worked a single crochet row and worked this mitered square. All right, so to do the next mitered square, you would do the same thing. You would just chain and then work back the chain and create that next square, the same as the second square you created. The only difference is when you need to move on from that section. So say you worked up 8 mitered squares in a row. Nothing's going to change for your first square. You're going to continue on from that last decrease, from the last square you made, and then work your way back across all the rest of your squares, the same way I'm getting ready to show you. All right, so I went ahead and switched to green here, just so that way it would be easier to see. All right, so I do have a chain 1 from where I joined. I am going to go back into that decreasing cluster here and single crochet. And we're going to place 1 single crochet in the next 10 spaces. So we're working into these holes here, if you will. I prefer it that way. I did show a different way to do it in the other videos, but this is my preferred way. So that's 2 and 3. We want 11 single crochets because we're working off of a square based on 10 down and 10 across, and then decreasing down to 1 stitch. So we need 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. All right, so over this next section here, we have 3 stitches that are decreasing stitches. So we have 12, 13, and 14. Now what you should have left over here is 11 stitches on the opposite side. So here we are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. All right, so I personally go ahead and do a decrease right away. Now you can work your next stitch as a single crochet. So that would give you 12 single crochets. You can work the 13th one into that center stitch there where it's pulled together. And you can work into the remaining stitches down the other square. So like this. So you can go all the way like that. Me personally, I'm going to do the decrease right away on this row. So I am going to do 3 together over the next 3 stitches. So I'm going to yarn over and pull up a loop into each of the next 3 stitches. Now this is just my personal preference. If you want to do it where you work a full single crochet row all the way to the end with a total of 23 single crochets, you're more than welcome to do so. Personally, I like it like this. All right, so now I've done my first decrease. I'm going to work down the other side and work 11 single crochets. That's 2. And I need to get into the stitch a little bit better. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 down here in the very corner. And you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. So what we have is 11 single crochets, 11 single crochets, and that center one, which is our decrease. Now we're going to work back, and we're going to place a single crochet back into that very first stitch and 1 into each of the next 10 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to work our decrease. So we're going to go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, into the next stitch, pull up a loop, into the next stitch, and pull up a loop, and yarn over and go through all 4 loops that are on your hook. So the only difference from the standard way of doing this would be a full single crochet row for your first row all the way. Then you'd turn around and you would work 10 and then decrease and 10. Where I've done it, I did a decrease immediately in the corner here, and then the next row was 10 decrease. So it's the same amount of rows. It's just I added an extra decrease instead of just a straight single crochet row. So I'm just going to work the rest of these 10 single crochets. Now, if you're following along from the original one, you might be working in the back loop only. That's perfectly okay to continue working in the back loop only, or front loop only. That is up to you. This is just how to add this last square to work the remaining mitered square decrease section. So you're going to continue on. We'll keep going with chain 1 and single crochet back into that same stitch, and 1 single crochet into each of the next 9 stitches. So every row we decrease the amount of single crochets before we do our 3 together single crochet decrease. And single crochet 3 together decrease. And then work the remaining 9 single crochets. The next row would be 8. The following row would be 7, and you would continue to do that down until you have 1 remaining stitch, which is a 3 together single crochet. So that's all there is to creating this last and final mitered square in the continuous mitered square pattern. Now, if this is the first video that you are seeing of this, I do recommend going to the link in the upper right hand corner and going back to the first mitered square and following along throughout the process. That will help you understand how we get the first and second and third square. All right, everyone, this was going to be short and sweet. I'm going to go ahead off camera, finish that last square, and be blessed, be a blessing, and until next time, bye for now.